What's going on, everybody? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 10 different real estate lies that you may have heard in the media, from friends and family, coworkers, neighbors, whatever it may be. So in this video, I am going to expose these lies and give you some background information on them and some helpful information to help make you a savvier and better real estate investor, real estate professional, or just become more knowledgeable in general about the real estate industry. So let's get into it. Okay, so lie number one that I hear all the time, usually from a real estate agent, real estate investor, maybe somebody on the news, is that they'll say that the market is going to continue to go up or continue to go down or whatever their market prediction is. They have no way of knowing this. This is just a pure prediction, pure speculation in many cases. So it's impossible to predict. It might go up, it might go down, but nobody really knows. What I would say though, Charlie Munger, the co-partner, co-founder of Berkshire Hathaway, he says that every 10 years there is a pretty disastrous financial situation that happens. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but every 10 years there is a bad economic downturn. So that should give you some general idea of kind of where markets are, where the economy is. You know, think of the last time a bad recession happened or a bad economic downturn happened. And then 10 years from now, chances are there's probably going to be another one of some sort. Now, that doesn't mean exactly, once it's a 10-year anniversary to, another bad economic downturn happens, but historically, that's basically what's happened. So you can kind of start to predict that. It happens in the stock market, in the real estate market, in the general economy. So every 10 years, just factor that, the stocks might go down, real estate market might go down, which also gives you kind of an opportunity. If you're saving up money, you're saving cash, hoarding cash, which Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett love to save a lot of cash for these buying opportunities that come around. So if it's been 10 years since the last recession, chances are there might be another one coming up. Maybe you should save some money, squirrel it away, so that when the economy does go down, you'll have tons of buying opportunities. And the people that were over leveraged, you can buy their assets at a discount. Okay, lie number two that I hear all the time. And honestly, I've been hearing this like every day for the last 10 years. I've been in real estate for basically over a decade. And you hear this over and over and over again. And that is that there are no more real estate deals out there. Real estate investing's done. There's no more good deals. It's impossible to find a good deal. And of course, that is a complete lie. If you read real estate books from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, they were saying the same thing back then. Oh, there's no more real estate deals. It's too competitive, that type of thing. And you have to think of where the information is coming from. So the people that say there are no more good real estate deals, these are not like full-time real estate investors saying this. These are people that may have gave a very minimal effort towards finding deals, or people that are just not full-time investors. You shouldn't get your advice from those people. It's so easy to look back in the last several years and then look at deals that people bought and now the economy's gone up or gone down and then find little inefficiencies and like, oh, wow, they bought it for that price. And that's like the Monday morning quarterbacking. So you can always do that and always say, oh, the best deals were last year. The best deals were 2 years ago. However, a better strategy would be to learn how to generate consistent leads. So there's lots of proven strategies that real estate investors like myself and other people nationwide use to generate consistent leads, to find consistent deals, some that are off market, some that are on market. Some of these strategies include direct mail, even bandit signs, online marketing, networking. There's various proven strategies that you can use to generate leads on a consistent basis and find consistent deals. Okay, lie number three that I hear all the time, and this is the most easy to manipulate and basically trick people into thinking that numbers are different than they actually are. So gross profit and net profit are two entirely different things. So a lot of times you'll see articles by the big name news channels and they'll say, house flipping profits are up 20%, 30%. And what they do is they take the price that the person purchased it for and the price that they sold it for. And they'll say, hey, they made 100,000, they made 50,000, they made 60,000. However, they're not taking into account this thing we like to call expenses. So in real estate deals, you purchase it, typically you fix it up. Sometimes you really don't have to, but I'd say the majority of the cases, you're going to put money in it to fix it up and renovate it. And so they're not taking into account expenses. So they'll just say, 60K profit, 100K profit. And a lot of times people might even be losing money on these deals. So there's a lot of misinformation about gross profit and net profit when it comes to real estate deals. So what I would say you need to do is use a formula with real estate investing. I have a deal analyzer. You can use the link below on my website to get a free copy of my deal analyzer. You should also use the Mayo formula, which means that you take the after renovated value of the property. So let's say that's 300,000. You multiply that times 0.7. That 0.7, that 30% margin basically gives you the margin of profit and closing costs and commissions and things like that. And then you subtract for the cost of repairs. And that should be the most you should offer on a property. And if you stick to those margins, that's going to be a pretty safe margin. You can even go a little bit higher depending on the type of property and how much work it needs. But generally, if you stick to that formula, you're going to be good as far as net profit goes. Okay, lie number 4 that I hear all the time is that real estate investing is just done on TV. It's just for TV. There's no people that are just actually doing that, just normal people that are actually flipping houses or making money in real estate. And that's just a complete lie. That's just bad information. People that tell you that, like, I don't know where they get this information from. I know tons of people that are just everyday normal people that make a full-time living doing real estate investing. And not only that, but the way they come up with these real estate investing TV shows, they don't just like pick some Hollywood people and say, okay, you're going to start flipping houses and we're just going to make this whole thing up. The way they find this, and I know this because I have friends that have been on different HGTV shows, A&E, different things like that. And the way they find these people is they reach out to their network. They reach out to hard money lenders. They reach out to other real estate agents, real estate investors, different people in the business. And they say, hey, who is completely crushing it in the house flipping business or in this type of business, whatever type of show they're looking for. And then they'll find like the top 3 or 4 people in whatever area they want to do a show in, and they'll pitch those people. And then it's up to the actual real estate investors to decide if they want to do that show or not. So it's not like they're just like pulling this out of thin air. There are real estate investors, full-time real estate investors in every market in the United States. And I know many of them. And it's not like they have Hollywood backgrounds or anything like that. These are people that learned like practical skill sets of finding leads, evaluating deals, and then purchasing properties. So most people think it's like this fairy tale type of occupation. In reality, it's more of like a blue collar type of thing. Okay, the next couple lies, and I'm going to group these together just because they kind of go together, is that you can sell the property for X amount and that the property only needs, let's say $20,000 worth of work. So a lot of times real estate agents, wholesalers, maybe other investors, they will tell you that the property will sell for like super high amount and that it only needs a very small amount of repairs. And a lot of times they're not trying to trick you. Maybe sometimes they are, but you should, trust but verify, like Ronald Reagan said. So run your own numbers. If they give you the numbers and maybe you factor in a little bit lower sales price and a little bit more in repairs, because you can get really great deals from your network, but you always have to run your own numbers. People have different expectations and different ideas of what they're going to do with the renovations, and they might be using different comps. So always just verify your own numbers and never rely on anyone's number whatsoever. Okay, the next lie that I hear pretty regularly is that you need to get a home inspection on any house that you purchase. And I would say that's just not true. If you're buying a house on the MLS and maybe there's no other offers and it's just a standard thing to do, you should get a home inspection. You shouldn't just waive that. But, if it's a competitive scenario or especially if it's an off-market property, I would never get a home inspection on an off-market property. In fact, I've bought numerous off-market properties without even viewing the inside because I was getting a great deal. So I fully expect the house needs to be renovated. But why would I burden the seller with doing a 3 or 4 hour home inspection? Then I send them a list of items. They're like, get the heck out of here. I just need to sell my house ASAP. You're purchasing the property as is. I'm not fixing anything. So sometimes just being flexible and working your numbers backwards. You should fully expect that the house needs work and plan that into your budget. But you don't need to always get a home inspection. Okay, so the next and final lie that I hear all the time in the real estate world is that lowball offers don't work. And I would say the majority of the time, lowball offers don't work. However, just like anything, there's a time and place to be strategic about them. So for example, if a property's been sitting on the market 6 months and it needs a lot of work, that would be a time and a place for a lowball offer. Especially if there's different heirs and they just want to get rid of it. That's when you do a lowball offer. You would never do a lowball offer on a property that's been on the market for 7 days. That wouldn't make any sense. Or if it's an off-market property, sometimes you can get those very low and under MLS value. And oftentimes you don't even need to make a lowball offer. The seller will say, look, if you can sell it for this price or buy it for this price, as is, I'll sell it to you. Off-market deals are great for that, or properties that have different issues and have been sitting on the MLS for a while, or properties maybe that have mold and things like that. That's going to scare away a lot of buyers and give you an opportunity to make a lowball offer. So thanks for watching this video on real estate investing lies. And if you know any other ones, drop them in the comments below. And please please share, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.